Hello everyone at DragonCon. My name is Cody and this is another Q&A session with a track director. Today we'll be talking with the Stargate Multiverse track director Jamie. Hello Jamie.
Hey, Cody.
How's everything going today?
Everything's just fine.
That's great. So first off, can you give us a little bit of background information on your involvement with DragonCon and Stargate and how long you've been volunteer?
The Stargate track started at DragonCon in 2006. I was a happy attendant back in those days and volunteer around. In 2009, I wound up becoming an official volunteer for DragonCon, working with Stargate Multiverse, and very shortly after that, became the assistant director. As a matter of fact, by the time the show ran around, I was assistant director and have been ever since.
Great. Real quick, I want to point out to everybody that's watching live, if you'll click the button in your bottom right-hand corner of your screen, there's a little thing that says "Be a part of the conversation." You can click that and ask questions, and we'll try to answer them here live. So, so this year, Stargate is always a big part of DragonCon. What tracks are we expecting to see this year, especially like staple tracks that you typically usually have?
You mean like panels?
Yeah, panels. Sorry, yeah, I used the wrong word. Yes, panels that.
We have a lot of our big events are pretty much standard and set. We have a charity event on Friday night this year that's working in coordination with the Intergalactic Military Ball. We are in that whole area of the Hyatt this year. It's a little bit of a different setup because they're doing kind of a big dance atmosphere, but we're going to be in a room off to the side, and we're doing hosting our pub trivia, which we're going to have one round that's strictly Stargate, and then we're going to have one round that's sort of mixed military genres. So we're really excited about that. We're hoping that teams will come out and make a donation to the charity this year. Stargate Multiverse has always been tied in really big with the DragonCon charity. We've raised quite a bit of money, our fans have, for the past couple years, and that's one of the events that we do. Also in that area will be our traditional green screen photography. You basically come and you make a donation, and you can have your picture taken against a bunch of different potential backdrops, and there's actually a company that's sourcing that this year. We're very, very excited to have them with us this year. So that's out there. Lots of opportunities to make some money for the charity. And then another big event we have, of course, on Sunday we have the Don S. Davis Memorial Charity Auction. We've been doing that since 2008, and that's a really exciting event. We always have one of our DragonCon Stargate guests. Chuck Campbell's going to be hosting it from Stargate Atlantis this year. Very excited about that. That'll be on Sunday evening, starting at 4 o'clock. And let's see, I'm trying to think. Stargate Interactive, we show an episode of Stargate. In this case, we're actually showing the movie, the original movie, because it's the 20th anniversary of that movie this year. So that's the start of our franchise. And basically what we do is we give people goodie bags full of, little cheap toys and things like that, and ways to interact with the movie. And we announce opportunities for shout-outs every time a certain thing happens on screen. Then everybody does the same thing, and other people call out their favorite lines or make replies. Sort of like a mix of Rocky Horror meets Mystery Science Theater meets Stargate. So it's a lot of fun.
Great. That's great.
And that'll be on Saturday night.
Very cool. And for those that don't know, the charity this year for DragonCon is the Atlanta Food Bank.
Yeah, very excited about that. It's a huge need in the city of Atlanta, and we're really, really happy to support that. We're always happy to support any charity that DragonCon chooses, but that's a really great one.
Right. And we're going to, as far as the charity goes, while you'll be doing monetary charities, but will you also be accepting food, canned foods, and that sort of thing that you would normally give to a food bank charity like this?
There is going to be a food drive. You'd have to contact Jen Breland. She's the charity coordinator. She was our track director and just recently moved into that position. Right. But they are hosting that. Stargate itself is not hosting a place to take up food. There will be donation places. I think there's 2 or 3 of them that are going to be located somewhere around the convention.
I know definitely at the registration line there will be.
Right.
So this year, what's some new ideas that you've come up with for panels or events?
Well, this year, like I said, we're celebrating an anniversary this year. It's
Right.
the 20th anniversary of our franchise, 1994 with Stargate, the original motion picture. We are having a panel. Some fans are putting together a video collection of the 20 greatest moments or the most important moments in Stargate history, as far as the series progressed, as far as the movie progressed. The DVD movies, that sort of thing, pretty much all of it, the 20 most important things to them, and we're going to kind of celebrate that as a fan group in one panel. We have a sort of a speculation panel that we're going to call Stargate What If, and basically offer some opportunities for staff and for volunteers and for our audience to interact and discuss what would have happened if this one thing had changed. Maybe talk about a couple of those and see how imaginative we can get with that. We also have, trying to think of another new one. Oh, we have rumors of a reboot, which
Oh,
is always really exciting for a fan base. We do have a panel for that on Monday, where we're going to discuss how much of that is rumor and how much we know is possibly going to come to pass, and let fans interact and talk about that.
great, great. Do you have anything that teenagers or younger audiences would really enjoy?
Well, we've had some really great fan participation with young people, especially in our costume contest.
Hmm.
We have a costume contest on Saturday afternoon, and we generally have several young people that will wear, we've had a group that did Atlantis outfits. We had a group of young ladies who decided to do Wraith Queens from Atlantis one year, did fantastic costumes. And so we have good fan participation in that. All of our events, for the most part, are family friendly. We love to have young people that are young Stargate fans come along and share in the fun. Our evening event, our charity night event on Friday, our interactive, and even our auction are just a lot of fun to attend. And so we encourage young people to come. We don't have any events where we would say, no, not for you. So we welcome them.
Great. So let's talk about some of the guests that's already been announced this year. Today, DragonCon, we announced David Blue to come from Stargate, and so can you talk about all the other guests that are coming?
Well, they keep rolling in. It's been a kind of an interesting week. Usually we know we have a good list going, and up until this past week we didn't really know, and we've gotten quite a few. We did have Louis Ferreira just got announced yesterday. Ona Grauer. We have very excited to have Peter Williams with us. He's the first time. He played the original Apophis in Stargate SG-1. Very excited to have him, as well as Alexis Cruz, who's rejoining us. The last time he was with us was 2007. So we have a really, really good mix. Chuck Campbell, who was on Stargate Atlantis. David Nichol will be with us for a panel on Saturday, also from Atlantis. We just have a really good. So I'm getting really pleased about the mix of guests. Is that we're getting a broad diversity across several things. Another great thing about Alexis coming is that he was in the original movie. He's one of only 2 actors that was both on the original movie and on Stargate SG-1. So very excited to have all that. Guests make a great time for us. We have a great time with our big media panels.
Great. And real quick, I want to reiterate to the people watching live, if you click the annotation in the bottom left hand of your screen, you can actually ask questions, and we'll try to answer them live here on the Q&A session. So can you reiterate again what panels are going to actually have some of these guests on them?
Well, a lot of that is not very fixed at this point. We have requested like one order, and then we had several new ones added this weekend, and so we may be changing some things up. But I think that our times are pretty much set. We have a couple on Friday. Right now we have one at 2:30. We also have one scheduled at 5:30. Both of those are in the Westin and the 2 different ballrooms. One 2:30 is at Peachtree and the 5:30 at Atlanta Ballroom. We have one on Saturday, which is at 2:30, also in the Peachtree Ballroom. Sunday, before our charity auction, we have a panel in the Hyatt in Centennial 2 and 3. And then we have one of my favorites, actually, is the one that's on Monday morning. We always have one Monday morning at 10 a.m. We call the annual hangover panel, and it's sort of our tongue-in-cheek, ask those questions that might be a little more on the funny side of things. We basically play it up as recovering from all the fun that has been Dragon Con from the weekend, and that we try to play off that. Maybe the actors have been thoroughly exhausted, and the last thing they want to do is get up for a 10 a.m. panel on Monday morning, the last day of convention. So that one's always a lot of fun for us.
Great. So for our viewers, what is the best place to follow the Stargate track, and also where they can contact you if they have questions?
Right now, the most active and easiest way to get us on social media is on our Facebook page, Stargate Multiverse Track at DragonCon. Feel free to add me or ask to join that group. And we have a lot of fans that keep things going there. I've got one loyal fan that does all of our birthdays for our actors, which is pretty great. Also, we also have a Stargate Multiverse gear store. We offer some fan items. We have our awesome T-shirt design this year that's celebrating the 20th anniversary. We have kind of a special logo this year that's actually made out of the Stargate Earth glyphs, made to resemble a Roman numeral 20. I don't know if you can envision that or have seen that, but it's on there. We also have that same design on our challenge coins this year, and those are available for pre-sale for the next couple of days. Also, we'll have a few left over once at the show. We'll have a fan table that we run.
Can you talk about those challenge coins? Because I saw an announcement about those this week.
Yes. We for the past, since 2009, we've issued a challenge coin every year, and we have fans that have a collected set of those. Every year we feature our specially approved SGMT logo on one side, and on the opposite side there's a different image each year. So if you miss it for that year, sometimes we have some left over, but often not. And so you can pick those up, and those funds help support our track. We do a lot of media creation as far as posters, things that we use to decorate the track room. Also, we try to print out a really nice schedule each year for fans to pick up as sort of a free gift. All those sales help support all those events. So those are available on pre-order. If you go to the Facebook page, there's a pinned post there where you can get to the pre-order store. Also, at the show itself, you can actually go to our fan table, and we'll have someone running that and can sell either a T-shirt or a coin, and we may have some merchandise from years past that's available there as well.
And where will that fan table be?
I'm actually not sure where fan tables are located this year.
Okay, we don't have that pinned down yet. That's cool.
Yeah.
All right. So let's talk. Let's just general question for you. Who are you excited to see this year, or what event are you really excited to see? Not necessarily Stargate related, but just what you personally are really excited about.
Well, one of my favorite things to do is to meet actors from different fandoms. I have a friend actually that I met in my time at University of Georgia about a year and a half ago, who is a big Star Trek fan, and I have talked up Dragon Con. She has been in Athens for a really long time and had never been to Dragon Con until last year. She took a day pass last year, and I was like, well, you really can't do Dragon Con in a day. You can't do Dragon Con in 4 days. Not all of it. You will miss something. That's like the rule, because there's so much to see and do. And so she's coming on a 4-day pass this year. Very excited about that. So I'm hoping to see a few Star Trek things with her. Also, as far as meeting actors, I love to do photo shoots with actors, and I love to post crazy pictures on Facebook. Last year, sort of my big hurrah was Brent Spiner. I was a math teacher at one time before I became a college admin, and I found a T-shirt from a teacher conference that said "Got Data," like one of those Got Milk T-shirts,
Yeah.
and I got a picture with Brent Spiner, and he's kind of giving me this "Are you kidding me?" kind of face, and I'm sitting there looking like the most excited geeky fan ever, and that was a big hurrah for me. So that's one of the things I like to get out and do. I also like to get out and shop. I visited the Ultra Sabers booth the past couple of years and have wound up purchasing one of those custom lightsabers. And I'm always about getting those tweaked out a little more. I usually can't afford to go all gung-ho and get all the features that I would like in my lightsaber, so it's kind of a building work in progress. So we may tweak out the lightsaber a little bit. That's a lot of fun for me.
Sounds like the best way to do it, though, too.
Yeah, I think in phases. I mean, you can, for people who are really into the creation of the craft and things like that, they have forums and you can order the parts by part, and I'm like, no, I'm probably not going to do that. I'd rather just bring it back to the store and say, hey, can you work on this, and can you fix this for me, or add this feature, and we'll see how it goes. This year I'm hoping to add sound to one of my sabers. I have one with sound, I have one without. And I also would like to do some of the cool flash-on clash effects that they have, where whenever you hit them at each other, they kind of spark a little bit. So that'd be kind of fun.
Well, it sounds like this year is really full of some great stuff, and I can't wait for the con myself. And I still have no idea which ones I'm going to see, but definitely might check out the Intergalactic Ball.
Oh yeah.
Sounds really fun.
Yep, it does.
Well, I appreciate your time, and thank you for doing this Q&A session.
All right, no problem, Cody. Thanks for having me here.
Yeah, everybody out there in DragonCon, I will post links to his Facebook, to the Stargate track Facebook page, and next week we'll probably have another one. Exactly who we're talking to, I don't know yet, but keep an eye out on the official DragonCon Facebook page, Twitter, and Google Plus page. And for now, see y'all later.